Hello and welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris.
And today we are getting into something that spurned a topic for us. If you listen to our quickie on Wednesday, you'll know that we went to a Port Aransas Beach takeover
Yes.
as a group. It was a very large group of swingers that just descended upon a stretch of beach in Port
Yes.
Aransas. And we literally took it over. And we had a bunch of people standing out there. They were setting up their canopies. We had two main tents with all sorts of festivities. Literally, the sexual energy there was incredible.
Amazing. Beautiful people, different shapes, different sizes, different personalities. But we all had one thing in common.
We all love sex, man. We all are there for all of our sexual charged reasons, and everybody's just there to enjoy themselves, party, and maybe bang a couple. You know what I mean? And so beforehand, we were planning this entire trip, and I told Priscilla here, I said, I plan on being an absolute slut this weekend. We're going to bang it out.
Make connections any way that we want. That was the goal.
For sure. Now, that was the intention. And I think my tagline was, my dick is going to be tired. By the end of the weekend, my dick is going to be tired. And that did not take place.
No.
And there's reasons for it.
Yes.
So we got out there. And like I said, for me, the intention was I wanted to go out there and I wanted to link up with as many people as possible. Now, when I say link up, I don't mean sexually.
No, because you have a lot of different people that you speak to and talk to,
Sure.
and have made some kind of you've planted little seeds of connections here.
Sure. So there's a lot of people that I've spoken to either via message, comment, post, whatever, what have you. So there are people that know me and I know them, and you aren't in that interaction.
No.
Because they're just regular everyday interactions. Now, being out there, the intention, we didn't actually talk. And this, I think, this is the number one issue for us, is that we did not communicate beforehand.
Yes, we had already talked about what the scenario was going to be. We were cool with, if anybody knows us, we're always together. We were cool with kind of doing our own thing and then linking back up. But we can never really be apart for too long, but that's just us.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
That did not happen. No.
So we got there
We were at the beach.
Friday morning. We got there and I took a nap at some point.
Yeah.
There at the beach. I laid out and I fell asleep. With that, I got some kind of sinus headache.
Yeah. You woke up real congested.
Very congested.
Yeah.
And I had this sinus pressure. And you woke me up every now and then and we would go walking.
Yeah,
right?
we'd walk down the stretch of beach where all the swingers were because I needed to socialize. That was the whole reason for being out there. I wanted to socialize. And so we were going to meet new people. We were going to link up with old people that we already knew and see where it goes. The idea here was, because we're starting to enter the realm of separate play,
Yes.
that we would both make our connections as a couple, but we'd also make our connections as individuals.
And see where it went.
Yeah. And so that was the plan ahead of time. But like I said, we didn't talk about it when we got there. And you seemed to have very little energy, or less energy than you normally would. You're normally very high energy.
I did not have any energy. I tried my best. I really tried my best on Friday. And we walked back and forth. It wasn't that bad. It was a lot of just meeting everybody, introducing ourselves to everybody. We gave out swag from the people who set it all up.
Yeah.
I was fine. It was good. And then I think that night I was okay still. It was
all right. So that night we did stay out a little bit. We came home probably about 12:30 or so.
And we made room, we went back to the room, showered,
Yeah,
and then came back.
We had to take that extra time, but we both were tired Friday night, and so it was a struggle to take Friday night. But Saturday, I knew everybody was going to be there, and it was going to be a bigger thing.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing, is going into Saturday, we gotten up in the morning. We were going to get our breakfast, all that stuff. I think you made breakfast that day, if I remember correctly, at the Airbnb.
Yes.
And we ate breakfast. We were probably out the door by, I don't know, 10 o'clock. We were heading to the beach.
Yes.
Now, all morning long, and especially on that little ride to the beach where we were staying, we weren't really talking. And in my head, I'm playing this conversation in my head. I'm trying to figure out how to say the words that I want to be able to go and do my thing separately.
Yeah.
I'm not, and this is where I struggle because I don't want to say, hey, I think I'd rather just go by myself. I'm going to go talk to
You
people
you
by
didn't know how to
myself.
deliver it.
It sounds
And
like a
so
dick thing to
yeah,
say.
because I had a headache still that like
Yeah,
it had
you
progressively
weren't.
got a little bit worse.
Yeah, so Saturday, your energy levels were really off. When you're not feeling yourself, you stare off into the abyss. You're not very talkative.
If you sit me down, I will take a nap because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
pounding.
Getting you to do anything is pretty much difficult. And before you know it, we're just sitting under the canopy. We're not doing anything. We're not talking to anybody. There's nothing really going on. And every time that I would take you walking, it was a difficulty. You were negative and complaining, and I was like, I knew that you weren't feeling the greatest, but I also was like getting a little annoyed
Yes.
because I was like, man, we're here to have fun. This is literally our first year doing this. I know that it's a few days and it's a lot. It really is. The beach takeover, it's a lot.
It
if
is
you're
a
not
lot.
used to it. It's a lot of partying. We're not drinkers.
But still so we got up Saturday. We were there from the morning. We were there all day.
Yeah.
We didn't go back to the hotel or to the Airbnb at all to go and like shower or freshen up. We were there all day up until about 8.
Yeah.
We went back to the Airbnb, changed really quick for the evening festivities. And at the evening festivities, I was done. I was completely,
Yeah.
I was done dealing with this beautiful man. I was just over it.
Yeah.
So everybody sees us.
Yeah.
We're very lovey-doveys. We love
We
each
are.
other very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But this is where
It went downhill.
it went downhill.
Yeah. By the evening time, we've had dinner. We're tired. And you've reached a point where you're like, I don't even want to go back out there. I just want to stay.
Yes.
And you even said at one point, you were like, I miss home.
Oh, yeah.
I could totally go home right now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I was feeling the vibe. I was feeling the energy out there was immense. Like, you could feel the sexual tension and that sexual energy. You could feel how happy and how great everybody was feeling. The music was moving people. Everybody was smiles. It was a great time. And everybody's having a great time. And I'm vibing with it. And I look at you and you're just like staring off into space.
And everybody who knows us, they were coming up to us and they're like, "Ooh, are you okay?" And I was like, "I have a massive headache."
Yeah.
Like it was like the beginning of a sinus infection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just pounding and pounding. And I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. I can't anymore.
Yeah. So we actually Saturday night, the party lasted till 3. We stayed till 11:30.
Yeah.
And we were at the Airbnb by 11:30. And I was bummed. I was bummed because I was feeling the vibe of everything. I was really ready to get out there and talk to people. And I wanted to be out there more. And for lack of a better term, I felt like you were holding me back from that. And that's where we got to talking because we don't really fight, but we got into a slight argument that evening.
Yes.
And then I guess it carried on into the
next day
in the morning.
Yes.
And we cooled out a little bit and we finally talked about it. And it was like, okay, this is where we went wrong.
Yeah.
And we thought, what an excellent thing to bring up for the podcast because realistically, how many times has this happened to all of you that listen out there, especially to the couples, where you've got one person in the couple who's feeling the vibes, they're excited, they're feeling the sexual energy, they are 100% going forward. And you've got the other person in the couple who is not. They're not feeling it. They're not excited about it. And s- that's the difficulty of it all, is that you have to find
Balance
the
between
balance.
fun and play and
Yeah.
still trying to be there for your person. We talked about it and we know where it delved down.
Yeah.
There were times where Adam was making a connection with somebody and I was just like, "Yeah, no, we're not having this right now."
Yeah.
And I would pull
Yeah.
him away. Because if I'm not in my right mind, and I say it like that because that's just the way I say it. If I'm not in my right space, in my right mind in my head, then any connection you make is just gonna piss me off.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
not in
and
the
I
mood
I I got to see that first and foremost. So
and
that took
yeah,
place.
and I said something to him, he said something to me, and the delivery of what I said brought in a reaction from his response to me. And then from that response, I was like,
Yeah.
"Forget this. We're not doing this."
See, and so the reason why I started getting a little heated for me was because there was somebody that I had spoken to previously, and I found her and we started talking and we immediately started making out. Now, that's not the greatest of things in a vanilla setting, but we were here at the Swinger Beach takeover. It's almost got a Woodstock vibe. Everything is peace, love, and have fun.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe there. And this is somebody that I had literally just met for the first time, even though we had spoken before, and we felt a vibe and we went with it and we started making out, and
Yes.
you were not
I
having
was
it,
not having it.
and you found any way that you could to
Yes.
break it apart, and you started off by interrupting,
Yes.
and then when that didn't work, you straight up just
So I walked away. We had friends there, and I said, "I'm gonna walk away." And I walked away, and I walked into the water, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just not feeling this. This is not happening." And so I just turned around, and I was like, "Okay, I don't know where to go." And I went to my safe zone, grabbed my husband, and I said, "Okay, bye," and left.
Yeah, so
And it
I'm in the middle of kissing someone and I just take a moment to breathe, and this lovely woman here just ducks in between us, grabs me around the waist and goes, "I'm taking him back now," and shoots me off.
yes,
And so I had to say goodbye. And we start walking back to our little camp, and we're secretively arguing
yes,
because my reaction is, "What the hell are you doing?"
that was so
Rude. I was enjoying myself. She was enjoying me. I was enjoying her. And that's what we're here for. Like, we're here for that. Why are you pulling me away from that?
yeah.
And it just didn't make any sense to me, and it got
So
heated.
it got very heated. And now we're going to step away from that and we're going to explain to you what should have happened before this.
Yes.
So, one, before all of this vacation, we had already talked about doing the separate stuff and trying to venture out. But the day came, we were there, right?
Yeah.
Adam and I had not spoken about, so I need redirection. I need to be reminded of what we talked about. I have ADHD. It's just something that I need. I need you to redirect me, remind me what we're doing, reiterate it again, repeat it as many times as you have to. We didn't do that.
No, we didn't.
When we go to the clubs, we do that.
Yeah.
When we go to parties, we do that. For some reason, we did not.
And I think I know why. This was our
Was it
first
because it was
time.
just so busy? We were just in
No,
a
leading up to it, we've had some busy weeks. And
yeah,
that's not an excuse, but leading up to it, we have had some busy weeks. But this was our first time going
right.
to this beach takeover. And I remember you asking me when we were driving down there, you were like, "What's the most exciting, or what's the thing that you're looking forward to of this?" And I said, "Honestly, none of it, because I am so filled with anxiety. I don't know what to expect. This is our first time."
And we didn't open up the conversation to, hey, what's the game plan?
I didn't talk about it at all. And we always do. And
We
we just,
didn't. And so it was during that whole day, I had him all to myself. I was feeling sick. He was taking care of me. I didn't want to share him. I didn't want that. I wanted, oh, cuddle me. I don't feel good, is what I wanted. Did not get that.
you did not.
I didn't
No.
get that.
Guilty as charged.
But we didn't also talk about what was the plan. What was the game plan? Now we know what the game plan should have been. We should have talked about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, and then go from there. Mistake on our part.
Yeah.
But it was a learning experience because now we know to talk about what our plan is and then go from there.
Yeah, we've said it on past shows, but really over communication is the way to go.
Yeah, because you don't wanna ruin the fun for your partner. You want to be able to have your own experiences and have your own space and your own time
Yeah.
because we can do our separate stuff and we can do our stuff together. We like to do it together, but like you said, there are times where you make connections and I'm not involved in that connection. And it's not like I'm not involved in that connection just because it's nothing. It's just a conversation.
I didn't bring you in on it, but
Yeah,
my thing is that we've always done things as a couple,
right.
100%. And then we started branching off into occasionally doing something separate. For me, you doing something separate, that's my kink.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like you going out and having your experiences and then coming back and telling me and then doing the whole reclaiming thing.
Yes.
But for
That's
you,
not
you
my
don't care for that. That doesn't do anything for you.
no.
So realistically, you doing it for me is more you doing it for my happiness. You just want me to see me enjoy myself, and you know that
Yes.
that's what's going to make me happy.
Yeah.
And so you're going to overlook some of your uncomfortable feelings that you have to let me enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is the hard part for me because I never know when it's truly a green light.
Yeah. So we talked about that.
Yeah, it's really hard to
Mhm.
decipher because you can tell me over and over again, oh, currently with our girlfriend, we're dating somebody together. We have a girlfriend. And you've been saying it for a while. Go set up a date, you and her.
Mhm.
You can go have sex with her. Go do whatever you want with her.
Mm.
Just let me know that we'll plan it out or whatever. Like in conversation, it sounds like a great idea, but I know once it actually happens, I'm going to be thinking the entire time, is this going to be like an issue? Is it going to come up? Like,
Yeah.
what's her reaction going to
Yeah.
be? That sort of
So
thing.
for her,
Yeah.
it's the green light
Yeah.
just because I'm comfortable with her.
Yeah.
But in any other scenario, when I don't know the person, it sometimes will take me a moment. I don't always do the whole like, okay, roll my eyes and walk away.
Yeah. And
It
I
ha I
saw that.
have
I always wondered why it irks you so much when a woman shows interest in me randomly like that.
it doesn't irk me. It's it's more of the delivery of
Yeah.
it all. If I'm what should have happened in this scenario, for instance, yes, you started talking to this person, you briefly introduced me, and then I walked to make myself a necklace, and I thought you were behind me so that we could
Do something
but when I
cute together.
looked, you're still talking to this girl, and then you're making out with her, and I'm like, What happened?" And it wasn't like you were just kissing. If there was a bed there, y'all would have been on the ground already fucking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So
hot. It was a hot
it
moment.
happened way too fast for my liking in my head. Like I said, I had you all morning to myself, and I was just
Yeah.
like,
And
"No."
see, that's where you and I see differently
Yeah.
because for me, it was like, I've been locked down with you all day.
Yeah.
I have been at your whim all day. You've been feeling bad. I've been here with you.
Right.
We're here for this reason. And this is literally all day. Now it's the evening and we're walking around.
There was no check.
And
Yeah, there was no check-in.
yeah,
So what
yeah.
there was no
But
check-in.
I didn't feel like there needed to be a
There
check.
should have been check-in
Why?
because I
Felt sick.
so there should have been a check-in of when I asked you, and we have people there, and we've gotten both sides. We've done the devil's advocate. When I asked you something, or when you knew you were going to start making out the first time and I interrupted you, I think at the interruption, you should have been like, hold on one second, and then come to me.
There was an
Because the delivery of my interruption was a major red flag.
I knew what it was.
A major red flag because your reaction back to me was my trigger.
So here's the thing. If I see you making out with somebody randomly, I'm not going to interrupt you.
Because that's your thing.
Yeah, no, not even that. It's out of respect.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be disrespectful to you if you're making out
Oh,
with
for
somebody.
sure.
That's your moment. I'm not going to disrespect you and
Oh.
interrupt you like that.
For sure.
Because if I do, I'm going to be making you feel dumb and I'm going to be making
I
myself look bad.
totally.
And so that's what you did. And that automatically caused my feathers to erupt. So for you to make a big deal about my reaction from you interrupting me, to me, there shouldn't have been an interruption to begin with.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I created that.
Yeah.
I manipulated that whole situation
Yeah.
because I wasn't having it. I wasn't feeling good. That was on me. I will take 100% of that. And then what happened afterwards, it was just a tumbleweed because I was going to be okay with apologizing for my reaction, but I was damn sure not going to just let it be like, okay, honey. No, because there were so many elements to it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of elements to it. I created the situation. I made it. I know that I made it to what I made it because that's me. I did that. But one, we should have talked about how it was going because it was just a day of crappy feeling for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin your thing. So now we know when it's situations like that, we have to remember what we're talked about. We have to remember what rules we put, what boundaries we put, what the stipulations were.
Yeah.
And if somebody is feeling sick, like I was feeling bad, I think we should have talked about it and been like, I really like, you should have said, hey, babe, I really want to go out. I know that you're feeling bad, but what do you need from me?
So here's the problem with that is if you were feeling bad, we should have just called it a weekend.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't feel like being out around a bunch of people who are partying and being there the whole
Yeah.
weekend if I'm stuck
Oh, no,
taking
no.
care
And
of
that's what I'm
somebody
saying.
sick.
And that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
and so really when you got sick, we should have just said, all right, guys, we're going to go home.
No, we could have talked about it. And I could have been like, if we talked about it and you said, I really want to go out and I really want to have some, see where, whatever. But we didn't talk
That have worked.
I don't
I
know.
mean, we
I
talked
don't,
about it, but
I don't
just
know.
to me, the situation that initially happened, I didn't think it was a big deal. And so when it became a big deal, I was
There
like,
was,
what the hell?
there was
Like,
more
what
lace.
just happened? I realize that
Yeah.
now. Of course, hindsight's 2020. But if we had gone about that and I had said, even though you were feeling crappy and you weren't feeling it, if I had told you, hey, I know you're feeling bad, but I'd like to go do this, I don't think you would have handled it as well
I
either.
think if we would have talked about it, I really would have because
Yeah.
I'm open to you having experiences.
Mm.
If you would have said something like, hey, what do you need from me? Because I really want to go here, but I want you to be set. What do you need from me? Honey, go get me some electrolytes. Go get me some ibuprofen. Let's find something on Netflix for me. I'm going to go to sleep. You have 2 hours. Go have fun for 2 hours. Come back and check on me.
So I tried to do that. We went Saturday
So you
night, we
did.
went to bed.
Yeah.
And we were in bed by 11:30, or we were back at the Airbnb and you were already crashed like as soon as we
Right.
hit the bed.
Yeah, because we had an argument.
Yeah, but
No,
we
no.
were
I'm
fine.
saying beforehand.
What I'm getting at is after the argument, yeah, but we were in bed, you were falling asleep, and you had told me, you were like, hey, if you want to go, you can go to the beach or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's fine. And I was like, no, it's fine. But then I was like, I really want to socialize. So then I said, I told you, I was like, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to lay and watch TV downstairs in hopes that I would see Crystal, our friends that we were staying with, the people that would come through, in hopes that I could at least socialize with them when they got there. And your response when I told you that was, you can watch TV here. It's fine.
Because I thought it was more of a, I just want to go and watch TV. I didn't know it was a, you didn't say.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say
that's
that I
what I'm
wanted to
saying.
socialize.
Yeah.
I just said I was going to go downstairs and watch
So-
TV. But for me, that was my way of getting out of there so
And
that
I
I
thought-
can at least free up to talk to
And
people.
I thought you wanted to watch TV downstairs because you thought the TV was bothering me because I had
No,
a headache.
I've never felt that way about it. You've made it real clear that you don't care. The TV doesn't bother you. And so it's been 14, 15
But yeah,
years now.
but that's what I went.
got
That's
that.
where I went. I was like, oh, no, the TV doesn't bother me. Go ahead and watch whatever you want. I'm going to go to sleep right here.
And I was like, I'm not even going to say anymore.
Now-
and I just laid there and I went
now-
to sleep.
We could have gone through that a whole different
Yeah,
way.
no, absolutely. We both made mistakes on
So
that.
one thing that we learned was we need to do the redirection. And you don't want, how do you do it when your partner isn't like up for it? So check in.
Yeah.
Check in and talk to them. Ask them, what can I do for you? I know that this is our only time to be here. What do you need from me so that I can maybe take some time and go make some connections or whatever? And we
Yeah.
could have had a little plan of, hey, babe, I'm going to leave you here. Here's your Gatorade. Here's your snacks. Here's the thing. I'm going to have my phone. I'm going to check on you in maybe an hour. I'll shoot you a text, see how you're feeling. And if you can't make it an hour, I know why you can't make it an hour. But like things like that, I think would help me because I'm not trying to stifle you. If we have a conversation about it, and I've already told you, like, for instance, for like your birthday, we've already talked about what's happening and we're going to remember this and we're going to talk about it again right before your birthday. So I think, and we usually do that, but I think the whole excitement of it all, we just didn't bother to do any type of check in.
I didn't plan on you getting sick, nor did you. And
That was
what
the
I don't know, like,
worst.
you get sick and then it's all of a sudden I don't want any of this. I just
Yeah.
want to close my eyes.
Yeah.
And if I do anything, you don't like it. You know what I mean?
But we didn't talk about
No, I understand that. And we've got that part already. But what I'm saying is, what I don't understand is, if you're sick, we should not be there, because I'm there for a reason, whether we talk about it or not. Why is it that when you get sick, all of a sudden it's, I don't like seeing him kiss somebody? Why is that all of a sudden I'm not in the mood for that? And if that's the case, why not just say, okay, you know what? I'm not in the mood for this. We're done. Let's go. Because the way I look at it is, we're out on the beach. To me, it's the same thing as going to the club. If we go to the club and I see you like staring off into space and you're low energy and you're not feeling well,
yes.
I've gone up to you and I've said, let's go home.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we can stay. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be here
Yes.
if I know you're not feeling well or you're not feeling it. It's not, I can't enjoy myself, because I know that you're over analyzing everything that I do. You're not liking anything that I do. My best friend that I talk to about these things is not present. Whoever is there is not the person. She's not going to, anything I have to say or anything that I have to do that isn't me coddling over her.
Yes.
So to me, being out on that beach is the same thing as us being in the club. And if you weren't feeling good, I tell you, let's go. Your response is, no, let's stay out here. So you're putting me in a position where I have to feel trapped. And so then I'm sitting there and I'm getting more frustrated internally, because I'm like, I have to stay here. I can't go this way and I can't go that way.
Uh-huh.
I'm forced to stay here because she's not feeling good. So that's where I'm struggling, is because if you're not feeling good, everything comes to a halt, but yet you make me stay there.
Well, I didn't make you stay there. We didn't talk about it.
Yes, we did.
No.
Yes, we did. Oh, ma'am, we did. I told you a few different times, because when you were low energy, I was like, let's go, during the day and in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about. You keep going back to, we didn't talk about this. No, I understand we didn't talk about this. But what I'm saying is, whether we talked about this or not, what I'm trying to get down to is, why is it when you're sick, all of a sudden it's an issue, but you don't want us to leave?
because I'm trying my best to still trying to make it good for you.
But that doesn't make it good for me.
But I'm
You're
trying my
for,
best to
that,
make it good for
but
you.
understand that doesn't
Because
help,
I still
but
truck,
it makes it worse.
but I still truck through it.
So if you had said, okay, babe, let's go ahead and go back to the Airbnb. Let's just get some rest because I'm not feeling good. Okay, fine. I would have been disappointed, but at least it would have been
I
a
think
thing.
either way would have been disappointing for you.
Either way,
Yeah.
the difference was is that you forced me to stay out there. It's like making me stay in the club. So I'm watching all of these people that I want to consort with and who want to consort with me, and they're walking past me and we're waving, but I can't go interact with them because I have to stay next to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I started getting real frustrated. So the entire time that it started happening, I felt like I was just being chained in one spot. I was like, okay. And I took it and I took it and I took it. And then by the time that incident happened later, well, I was already upset. Like, I was already my cups were filled. And so that's why when your delivery happened, my reverb was just as bad, if not worse, and it didn't come out well. So yeah, it all rooted to the fact that we didn't have that talk at the beginning. But then there's so many different branches to it, because if you're sick, then we should go home. And that should be the case if we're at the club, if we're at the beach, if we're anywhere. If you're not feeling good, then don't try, because trying only makes it worse. Because then you're telling me, no, go have a good time, but you're not changing your face. I know you're low energy. I know you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
And so then I'm not going to enjoy myself. I'm just going to be thinking about you. So
Yeah.
with that, we're best just leaving. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And so I think if, say, we're at the club or we're at a party or whatever, if you're not feeling good, you should just tell me and we should just go. I'll be disappointed, but I would rather that than be forced to sit and watch things that I cannot partake in. I think that's probably more torturous.
probably.
At least we could have been in bed and snuggling and doing that whole thing. I could have watched Blood In, Blood Out on TV.
I think you did.
Actually, yeah, it was good. It's a good movie. And everybody listening, understand, we have our arguments. We are not a perfect couple. And we got to meet a lot of people at this takeover who listen to our podcast and they're like, oh, I love your relationship. We love our relationship too. And she's my best friend. I'm her best friend. And we have great talks, but we do screw up ourselves. And we do have these communication blunders, and we are not by any means perfect. But what we do is we talk it
Yes,
out.
we talk a lot.
We talk a lot and we have these conversations and we try to get to the root of it. We try to be accountable
Most
for
part,
both of our parts.
for the most part.
Yeah. And like this particular one, we also try to really take accountability for other stuff. Like whenever things come up, if it was me, I try to really, it may take me a little bit, but I'll realize it and be like, oh, okay, you're right. Sorry. And same thing with you. You're pretty good about trying to realize things. It takes you a little while to process,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
we can. It, I think that the hard part is, and I think most couples know this, it's difficult to communicate when you're both at a very high anger level.
Yeah.
And,
And it's hard to communicate when somebody is not feeling good and the other one is horny.
yeah, yeah, realistically.
When the other one is horny and the other one isn't feeling good, it's hard to find that balance because someone's not in the mood and someone is.
Yeah.
And it's just very hard to figure out, is it okay? Is it not okay? Is it good timing? So yeah, there's little windows there that are just like, should I bring that up?
Yeah.
It is.
It's hard. And even with the open communication, like I said, I had several different times where I thought I wanted to bring up this conversation.
Yeah.
And I didn't because I didn't know how it was going to come about. I knew that we had talked about it weeks ahead of time, but I was like, it should be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. She's cool now. Like
And,
things are opening
and
up.
honestly, when I'm not sick,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I have no problem with you doing whatever you want to do. I know you still have PTSD from Polly, so I
Yeah.
totally understand. But it is a balance of where do you want to be? And if I am not in the mood, I'm just not in the mood. Like I'm just not having it. And yeah, we deal with it. We figure it out, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
could have been way better communication on both of us.
Yeah. And that last night, you had said, you were like, no, go ahead and go out to the beach, go have a good time. And I had thought about it for a minute or two. And then I was like, no,
Yeah.
forget that, man. I ain't doing that.
I
Work
mean,
crashed.
so,
And you
like-
probably wouldn't have thought twice about it. You took some sinus medication. You were
Out.
but
But-
you couldn't do it.
If now we know, right? Like we know what needs to be done and what needs to be said. And of course,
I
2020.
mean, and so that's where we've learned over the years. We learn from our mistakes. We learn when these things happen. And if you're new to the lifestyle, if you're new to the journey, if you're in your first few years, you're going to find yourself in situations like that or other situations that you don't know how to navigate, and you're going to make mistakes and you're going to get into arguments, and there's going to be situations.
And people are going to get passionate, and you
Yeah.
just have to sit back and just be like, okay, we can talk about it. It's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You get very passionate.
So that was unnecessarily put out.
No,
That
no.
was, and people next to me get
No.
passionate, and then you just straight up called me out.
You
And
get
so,
very
but
passionate.
You
Oh,
get your
I get
claws
very-
out too.
You're very passionate, and it just sounds like you're yelling or you're getting. But if you know your partner, you know that they're just a passionate speaker.
Yeah. So when I get upset,
But people don't know you.
Yeah.
They probably think,
well, because the people that hear me all the time, they hear
Yeah.
me in a very jovial and happy sense. When I start talking about something serious, then a
When you
serious
get
tone comes
passionate.
out.
but I'm not calling you out.
call me out because you looked
No.
at me, you were like, some people get passionate. You looked at me
People
and you were
well,
like,
because
you get passionate.
people have told us.
It's literally
Oh
calling
my
me
god,
out.
he just gets passionate.
Yeah.
I know this man. He knows me. I know what buttons to push. He knows what buttons to push. That doesn't bother me.
Don't
Very passionate person.
That doesn't bother me. We've learned
No.
how to argue with each other and calm each other down. I get very excited. Yeah.
You get very excited about whatever is happening. Sorry, my eye is just watering and I think it's
The light.
because they look like I'm crying.
It looks like
Yeah,
you're crying.
it just totally dried me.
Oh, dude,
I
bummer.
know. He didn't hurt my feelings. I love you so much.
I was worried about that. I was
No.
like, geez, we're talking about something sensitive.
Oh, no. We've
Yeah.
already talked about this. We're having a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And we're basically sharing with you guys what we've been talking about over the past day or so.
Yeah, because we learned.
This is how we grow.
Yeah.
And if you can learn anything from our mistakes, from our growth,
Yeah.
by all means, then we're going to talk about it detail after uncomfortable detail so that you can go, okay, this is what we need to do if we're ever in
Yeah.
this situation.
There were so many different things we could have done, so many different things I could have done, so many different things he could have done.
Yeah.
Plan is in place.
Yeah.
We know what needs to be done. We know what we could have done. We can argue about what happened till we're blue in the face, and neither of us are going to
We're not going to get anywhere.
we're not going to get anywhere because we're so hard-headed.
Yeah.
I'm very passive when it comes to him, but if
Oh,
I
but
don't
yeah.
if I don't feel like being passive, I don't feel like being passive. And so it can just go in a circle. But we both know that about each other.
Yeah.
And
We will stop after a while.
oh yeah, we get tired.
Yes.
We get
It's
tired.
exhausting, man.
So there's times when your partner isn't feeling good
Yeah.
and the other one wants to. Just take the time to sit back and be like, okay, I know that you're feeling bad. I really love you. What can I do for you right now so that I can maybe take some time for myself?
Yeah.
And it sounds horrible because you don't want to be, I just need to be by myself. Your partner probably needs a little space.
And that's something that
We're
couples to remember. Yeah, because this is new to us. We've always been together every single day since we've been together. And
Yes.
for us to do something separate, like us going to separate restaurants, like at different times, she gets offended by that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always do things
So,
together.
like, it is so funny because I am one of those people. So, like, our girlfriend knows y'all can go out to eat. I don't care. But somebody better bring me leftovers.
Yeah.
Somebody better bring me something
Order me
sweet,
something. Yeah.
or bring me something.
And that was another thing that I learned the hard way on.
And so did she. She was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was very transparent. I was like, I don't mind if y'all go out to eat, but can somebody bring me
But
something?
we didn't know that at that time. That
No.
was something that we
Something-
found out, and now we know.
That was something that we learned. So Adam and I are always learning something, and we don't always agree.
I know.
He's going to ask me like the why, and I can't always give him the why.
And it's a struggle for me a lot of times
Yeah.
because I am not on your level when it comes to insecurities.
No.
I don't have jealousies. I don't have insecurities when it comes to our relationship.
No.
But I also don't have the PTSD that you have from your first marriage.
Yes.
And that was something that we realized was your first husband cheated on you.
Yes.
He did not show you the loyalty that you were supposed to have had.
Yes. But like we had a really good conversation
Yeah.
today, and
Yeah.
we're like, he's reminding me and telling me this is never going to happen. I know that nobody can take you away from me.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even that
It's
they
not
can't
even-
they can't take me away.
You're not going.
I would never let it happen.
Yeah, you're not going
you know?
anywhere.
And just that phrasing alone tells you where you and I sit on this. We're very
Yes,
different.
Yes.
You think of it in the way of somebody's going to take me
you-
up, and I think of it as I'm my own person.
Yeah.
If somebody takes me away, it's because I wanted to go away. Nobody has that
Mm-mm.
control over me. And the most perfect looking woman in the world can come up and try and sweep me off my feet. And if I go, it's my decision to go. If I don't, it's my decision not. And that's something that we had to really discuss because it's like, I've never did that to you. And I would
No.
never do that to you. I would never be that person toward you. I don't want to have the relationship that we have with anybody else. Like,
This is
I
it.
can only have it with you.
Yes.
I can't have it with anybody else. And that's the reason why I'm not really labeling myself as poly, because this primary relationship that we have, the full 100% trust, love, and everything in you. Like, I know I can't have it with anybody else.
Yeah. And I know that.
Yeah.
I do know that. It's just sometimes I'm sure everyone has this, just don't feel like sharing.
And I've heard other couples, we've talked to other couples about this, and I know for a fact there are a lot of other couples out there who are probably listening to this podcast and they're going, yeah, something that you need to understand about your spouse is that if they've never done it, don't think of them in that light.
Yes.
Unless they've given you the reason.
Different relationships.
Yeah.
What my first husband did is not what you're going to do. And I do know that deep in my gut. I do know that. But like level, like just right here, it's like I just see something and I'm like, oh, no. But, and it's only, honestly, it's only for me, it's only when I'm not feeling my best mentally. So no medication, no nothing. And then second, when I'm not feeling my best physically.
Okay.
So
yeah. And that's like, when the insecurities are really
oh my God.
striking.
They are the worst.
Yeah.
The worst. And
I think that the few times that I do feel insecure is not so much insecure about our relationship, but more insecure about myself.
Yeah.
My attractiveness, etc. And so that's the only time that I feel really insecure is, say, I haven't been working out lately, or I've been going through a lot of stress. I've been eating my emotions. So I eat comfort food instead of healthy food. That's where I start really feeling my worst. But outside of that, even if I'm sick, I don't feel that.
But our brains are very different.
Yeah. And
I have
and that's hard to remember.
Yeah. There was a point this weekend when we were arguing and you were like, what do you mean you can't get the words out of your head? And I was like, just leave me alone. I just can't. And we were literally inside of HEB, and I don't ever say, just get out of my face. Those are words I don't ever. What did I say? I don't even remember what I said, but I know I was like, oh, maybe I was thinking that.
You probably were. And we weren't arguing at that time.
No, at HEB, I couldn't see the medicine, or I couldn't. So the words weren't coming out of my mouth correctly. And you can't get the words right.
You were looking for a certain medication, and you were asking me to help you find it. And I was saying, what medication? And you were saying everything but that medication. Yeah. And so you were getting upset that I couldn't figure out what you were trying to say.
And I was getting upset with myself. The words couldn't come out of my mouth.
And I'm getting upset that you're getting mad at me because I'm like, I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And so
why can't you just stop for a second, stop moving, process what it is you're looking for, and say, babe, help me find this. And to me, that makes sense.
I was beyond headache at that point. I was migraine-ish. And anything that you said to me.
But of course, I didn't know that. I didn't express that.
Anything that you said to me, I wanted to punch you in the throat.
That's a problem. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm going to be around people that I'm supposed to be happy and talkative with. When my wife is feeling that way.
For sure.
And realistically, we should have packed up and left immediately.
What you did is you took me to get my medication.
Yeah.
We went to get food.
Yeah.
We drove in silence. We went back to the Airbnb and I went to sleep. And when we both went to sleep, we woke up. We had already argued it all out. We went to sleep, and when we woke up, it was okay. Understandings.
Mm-hmm.
Like we both came to the conclusion of where things were messing up.
Yeah. And that's how simple it is for us. We're not going to hold grudges against each other. We are literally each other's best friends.
We do not ignore each other.
Yeah. I can't do very long not talking to you.
Yeah.
There's things that I want to talk to you about. There's like funny things I want to say. You're my favorite person to make laugh. And there's just no way that we can stay mad at each other.
No.
And
we also have a rule that one of us has to apologize.
Somebody has to.
You have to.
Even if you don't feel like it's your fault.
That's
you
want to
put this thing to bed, we need to.
One of us has to apologize.
And what ends up happening is
end up apologizing.
It just needs somebody needs to do it first.
Yeah. I'm very passive. I'm getting older and not getting so passive, but I am very
You're getting crabbier.
Yeah, but I am
You're ready to fight.
But I used to be very passive. I wouldn't have arguments.
Back in the day, you used to avoid arguing. You would walk away and you'd be like,
shut down.
I'm not going to be, you used to tell me, you're wanting me to be the person that I don't want to be right now, so I'm going to walk away. And I'd be like, great.
Which would just add fire to that flame.
But you know how to push my buttons too. When we get into argument, if you want me to calm down, you need to leave me alone. Just walk away. Don't continue, calm down, and we'll come back and talk. But when you're not feeling that, you
When
know how to push my
when
buttons, you
I'm
keep on.
feeling like this weekend, when I'm not myself in the brain, just fogginess and pain, I'm like, "What the hell?
Push me.
You can't
And
feel my pain?"
you keep pushing me and you keep on, and I'm like, just leave me alone. Let me be.
Yeah.
And you keep on and keep on until I burst, until I explode. And
And
then it's
then
fine. I'll leave you alone. And I'm like, seriously?
now,
You could, it's been hours.
and then I just shut down and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so
It's not funny because that's what our son does too.
yeah, he has to deal with 2 really bad ADHDers
ADHD.
because if my brain doesn't work very fast, it gets annoying.
Yeah, it can.
It does. It gets so he has to deal with that, and I do give him credit. I'm not boasting. We both have our faults, and we
Yeah.
both know how to push each other's buttons. He's dealing with a person who has ADHD and a bad temper, and I'm dealing with somebody who's just very passionate.
Yeah.
You're not violent.
No.
We are not
I
violent.
really
And I
don't
say
get
I want to punch him
upset.
in the throat. That's our funny
See,
thing.
we don't get physical with each other.
Ever.
And we really, our voices may raise a little bit. We don't argue with each other in front of other people.
We don't call each other names.
The way we discuss here on the podcast, yeah, sometimes it'll get a little passionate. But this is the way it is, how we communicate with each other. And
Yeah.
if we can't reach that level of lowered passion to discuss, then we have to walk away for a bit, calm down, and then we talk about it. And I guess the reason why we're talking about this now is because there's a lot of couples out there, and there may be some that went to the beach takeover, probably had some drama arise.
I know that there's some that had some drama arise, and it did deal with a lot of alcohol.
When you have a bunch of people who are sexually free and very open and just all these different personalities, you're going to have that when you have it mixed in with alcohol all day and all night, there's going to be drama. And with that drama, it's how you handle it. It's okay as a couple to get into it. If you're a couple that never gets into it, are you even a couple? You're going to have disagreements. You're going to get into it. It is a natural thing. It doesn't mean that you're failing as a couple, and it doesn't mean that you're not solid. What it means is you need to learn how to learn from it, how to grow from it.
Yes.
And that's not always the easiest thing, especially if you have a couple of stubborn people who don't want to take accountability for it. When you have people who just don't feel like it's their fault and constantly want to blame the other spouse, then it's going to be difficult. But if you two can sit down and go, look, yeah, I did this and I was wrong for that. And you know what? You did this and you were wrong for that. And I
Yeah.
think we were both wrong. And I think this is how we could have fixed it. And going forward, this is what we should do. And guess what? Boom. That's it.
Resolved.
You don't got to do
And I mean, I
anything
know
else.
there's a lot of stubbornness on a lot of, we're human, right? We don't
Yeah.
want to, we don't want anybody to tell us what to do. And we don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be told where to be. We just don't want that kind of thing. Even if it's from
Right.
our partner, we don't want it. You have to find ways to communicate if one isn't feeling good on any kind of level. Like, it doesn't even matter, tired from work or whatever, and the other one wants to go out. You guys have to sit back and try to figure out the way how y'all want to communicate. These are learning experiences for us.
Yeah.
And we're just sharing them with y'all. Everybody's different. I am not the same woman your partner is, and Adam is a different person. Like, we are all different.
Yeah.
We handle things very differently. But I think with a little communication and a little bit of guidance, a little bit of patience on both ends, and touching base again, not arguing about it, but touching base again and trying to figure out, okay, so this is what we said and this is how we did it, but this is what we should have said instead. We've never been to a takeover. We've never been to things like this where it lasted so many days.
Yeah. Just going out and being at the beach for a couple of days, it takes a lot out of you.
Oh,
The Texas heat, that's exhausting.
yeah.
And then you add on top of that socializing, watching your social battery drain and then having to replenish it in a small amount of time.
Yeah. Some people
And-
can go on.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it all day long.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
I'm 47. I'm menopausal. I have ADHD. I am very sensitive to everything.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
man has to deal with all that, and he does it with patience. Believe me, I give him kudos because I know what he has to deal with because we have children the same way.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
going
we
through
do.
menopause, but I meant like
Not
children with the
yet.
same with the same kind of mentality.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of patience, and I'm married to somebody who likes to try new adventures and do things.
We
And we
do.
both do.
And,
When it's an all day thing,
and so
what?
that's the other thing that we figured out and communicated with afterwards is that we realized if it's an all day thing like that,
We need to take
we
breaks.
need to take breaks.
Yeah.
And if need be, if we're on two different
We could do
wavelengths,
shifts.
guess what? I'm going to stay here at the beach. You go ahead and go to the
Yeah.
Airbnb, take a nap, get cleaned up. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah.
And that's really how we should have handled it. And that's how we're going to handle it in the future.
You check in.
Yeah.
You're gone from your spouse or whatever. Hey, babe, I'm going to check in with you in 2 hours. I'm just going to see how you're feeling. Or you check in with me when you're ready. It's just a matter of communication. It can work.
Try something else. By
Oh.
communicating. It all comes down to communication. And a lot of it is emotional intelligence.
Yes.
In order
No
to
simple-minded people.
if you can be emotionally mature enough to over communicate with your spouse and be able to do all of these things that we talk about on a daily basis, then you realize you have a high emotional intelligence. If you can't do that, then you're not there. And if you don't have a high emotional intelligence, being in the swinger lifestyle, being in the ethical non-monogamy lifestyle, it's going to be very difficult.
It is. I'm also going to throw something else out there. If you don't know how to communicate with your spouse, that's not a bad thing on your end. You just haven't found the right way to do.
Yeah.
And there's a whole community for that.
Yeah.
If you need some kind of guidance, some kind of help, how to bring up a subject, how to talk about something, because some people work better in group setting.
Yeah.
There's people out there.
Yeah.
We're
We're here to our listeners. You guys have access to us, believe it or not. Most people who listen to podcasts don't communicate a whole lot. Maybe they're famous. Maybe they don't communicate with their listeners except through the show. You have access to us by going to www.beyond-monogamy.com. And through there, you can reach out. You can leave us a voicemail. You can email us. You can reach out to us on all of our socials. Like, we really are a resource to our listeners, not only via the show, but just as a friend. We offer ourselves to our local community, but
Yeah.
we're here for the entire community. And that's from East Coast to West Coast to all the other countries that are around us. We want to be here for you.
We don't know everything. We are learning as we go. Experiences happen, things happen,
Yeah,
arguments happen,
for sure.
discussions happen, things get heated, things don't get heated. But it's a matter of us learning from it
Yeah.
and figuring out what works for us. When we do this again, whatever we put in place, maybe a different scenario comes up.
Yeah.
We travel, we do so many things together in the lifestyle that you never know what's going to happen. You never know how one's going to feel until it happens.
Yeah. And if you've been in this lifestyle for 2 years, for 10 years, for
For 2
35
days.
years, it really doesn't matter the length of time. If you've been in this lifestyle, no matter what, you're going to run into uncomfortable situations with your spouse or with your play partners. And you have to learn how to navigate it. You have to learn how to grow from it. It's important to take those notes and figure things out and grow,
Yes.
because that is the goal of our lives, is to get better at being a human as we get older.
I agree.
That's at least that's the goal. That should be the goal. If that's not your goal, then I don't know. You're doing something wrong. And with that, I really appreciate everybody sitting here and listening to us spill our beans about our own personal relationship. I'm sure that there are several of you who have dealt with this before. If you have, hey, shoot us a message, shoot us an email, hit us out on our socials. We'd love to hear from you. If there's anything that you'd on the show, by all means. And if you're interested in being a guest, there's an area to fill out that information as well. We are going to be taking guests as well. And that's going to be starting next week, as a matter of fact. So, with that, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys sitting with us and enjoying us as much as possible. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Yes.